So the first new feature, and this is probably one of the biggest features that we have released within HROnboard offers, is a whole lot of new permissions within the roles within the system. So if you're an administrator of the system and you maintain the users and assign them to roles, often or historically a lot of our users haven't made many changes to the default roles, and that because we ship you the standard roles as HR, payroll, reviewers, offer administrators and so forth. But one of the big changes we've been making is around how we are enabling customers to configure the roles to give you greater flexibility around what people see. A couple of the really new things that are out there is you can now control the visibility of forms and workflows by roles. So for some of our customers, that means if you've got certain parts of the business that can do onboards but not offboards, you can now create specific roles and give them access to do certain things within those different workflows. You can also configure who sees certain forms. So you might have a number of back office users that are getting in there doing provisioning type activities or doing payroll processing or other sorts of things, but you want to limit, say, who could see a medical questionnaire or who could see other certain pieces of information. You can now configure that and customize that in your roles. Now, at the same time, there have been a number of new permissions added at the role level. One is to view everything. This permission is really the default functionality that used to exist. So we've migrated everybody by default to have this permission. And if you now go into a role and you'll see there's a new forms tab under a role and you start changing what forms people have, it removes this permission. But that view all offer exit forms permission is basically the same functionality that was there before. And that goes along the lines of our general philosophy of when we try and introduce features, we try and introduce them in a way that is it's an opt-in by default. So a lot of these new pieces of functionality you probably haven't seen, and you've got to actually go and opt in for them. A couple of other new permissions that are on the permissions tab now is there's a new internal files permission. I'm going to talk a bit about internal files a little bit later, and we'll go through that. And then there's a new personal data permission. So the personal data permission changes what data is available on the people tab. So when you go into the people tab, it just determines whether or not you can see the person's personal mobile phone number and personal email address, or just their offers. The internal files permission allows you to create, and this is something that will be available come Sunday with our most recent release, which is going out. It allows us to work with our offer creators to have a section where you can attach files to the offer that are not visible to the candidate. So what that means is historically there's been functionality where you've got the employment contract and you've got policies and supporting information that goes out to the new starters, and that's all visible to the new starter within the new hire portal. The new internal files permission allows you to attach documents that are then visible to only back office users that have that specific permission. So that might be background checks or reference checks or other sorts of things that make up part of the personal file but don't actually go out to the new starter. One other change that's happened around permissions, back office users can now no longer see their offer via the back office. You actually need to view it via your new starter portal. What that means, if you've got an offer, an onboard, a crossboard, hopefully not an offboard in the system, if you go and view your own offers now, there's a little message that pops up that says you can't see it in this view, you've got to go to the new starter view. So this all goes into, all of these features actually start to round up a big piece of work we've been doing over the last few months around sensitive data and really enhancing the offers module to allow for number of our larger company or customers to be able to deliver workflows that might have data in them that's a bit sensitive. You might want to expose parts of the workflow to certain people within it and not other parts. So this sort of rounds out a lot of that functionality, and we'll be touching on a number of these other features as we go through. Now, I've skimmed through quickly a lot of these new role permissions. If you want to use any of them or start to understand how they might impact your specific environment, definitely give us a call, drop us an email, and one of the consultants here can work you through it, especially if you want to start looking at the internal files permission. That permission, when you start to turn it on, you probably want to work through with us because it may impact some of the other configuration that we've got set up.